Yo, what's good, y'all? In today's video, we're gonna be doing things a little different because today I wanna show you my personal method to design the perfect tech bag. I've been using this exact method to design products like this jacket I'm wearing here and that tote bag in the background and countless other products for years now, and you can too in just these 4 simple steps. Actually, before we get started, you might be wondering what even is a tech pack and what makes a good one. A tech pack is essentially your way as a designer to communicate important information to your product manufacturer. A good tech pack clearly details everything needed to accurately produce your product of choice, from construction to the materials and even to the artwork. This is all in an effort to reduce costs, minimize any errors, and it can even cut down on the sample time. That's exactly where our 4-step method comes into play. We're gonna be taking an inside look at the tech pack for this reversible jacket sample I have on, so let's jump right into that. So obviously here we're looking at a blank template, and this is my go-to guide for whenever I'm communicating with manufacturers. This is the template that I always go back to. It communicates all the information I need to communicate pretty easily, pretty effectively. So now I'm just gonna kind of run through this template really quick. So we start out here, of course, we have our name. So this can be our project name, whatever we're working on, our garment, so whatever that piece is that we're working on. Our GSM is basically gonna be the fabric weight. So that's gonna be how heavy, how dense, how thick our fabric is for our product. Then we have our sample size, so that's small all the way to XL, double XL, whatever it may be. Print, there's a bunch of different print types, from DTG to screen print to even embroidery. So fabric would be like some kind of cotton. It could also be polyester. It could also be something that's like more weatherproof. There's some fabrics that like the water beads off, like an Arc'teryx kind of vibe, and that would be where we'd put our fabric at. And treatment would be any kind of wash or effect that's put onto the actual fabric of our garment. So that could be a stone wash, that could be like a mud wash for certain jeans. I know there's different tears and rips that can definitely be created with that, certain treatments. So that's where we'd put that. And also down here at the bottom, I have additional info. So this is just where we'd put some notes to our manufacturer, any specifics, any extra key details that you'd want to include would go down here. And like I said, this is my personal template that I created, kind of my golden guide. I would suggest you guys can, copy this, copy paste it. I also have it available in the link in my bio as a part of my supply pack, but it's fairly simple to create yourself. So, whatever works best for you. And let's jump right into the actual tech pack for our work jacket now. Okay, so now here we are on our first page, and this is going to be the first step of the 4. So this is going to be our overview page. And on this overview sheet, what we want to really make sure we do is just communicate any specific physical details to our garment that you can kind of see at a glance, anything that's specific to your garment compared to the base of whatever you're creating. So anything that I'm adding on to this base piece is what I'm calling out. So that's everything from my custom printed fabric tag here to the stone washed canvas at 12 ounces. These are specific things that I wanted to do for this jacket. So those are custom things that I want to make sure I'm calling out and addressing with the manufacturer. So we have this contrast collar detail, and down here we have our print details. So this is just a call out of our Phoenix design here, and it also shows the measurements that we want for our graphic to be. Like I said, anything that we're adding onto it, we just want to make sure we address it and address it fully, and that's where those errors can be minimized. It also cuts back on cost. And now looking at our details up here, this is the Quattro Art Club reversible work jacket. It's 12 ounces small with a DTG print, and it's made of cotton canvas in a stone wash treatment finish. So that's kind of how that reads out. And I also included a smaller image of the back here. There's nothing going on the back, but we just want to mention there's nothing going on the back, just business as usual kind of thing. For this sheet specifically on our overview, I didn't have any additional info. So now we're going to go on to our next slide. And here we have another overview slide. So as I mentioned, this is a reversible jacket. I'm going to show you guys some details of that. But on this side, we do have something on the back. So that's why the back is larger on this side, because this is where we're kind of calling out any additional information. So we do have like a fabric tag patch on the back here. And we also have some bronze hardware on the cuffs as well. So those are just some extra call outs that we wanted to make sure we called out. And on the front, like I said, just kind of business as usual. If nothing's going on there, nothing's going on, which is fine. But we do just want to make sure we communicate that all the same. And again, no additional info. So let's move right along. So now moving on to our next step, what we're looking at is our measurement section. So our measurements is going to kind of act as the bones or the core to our design. And as we see here, I do just have a blank mock-up as opposed to a completely designed mock-up, because we want to give our manufacturer an idea of what our piece looks like with no details, no nothing, just what is the structure of it. And what I usually do is kind of correspond these with a letter. So we go to our A here, and that lines up with 26 inches. So this top to bottom here is 26 inches for our front length, and then we can find our B and that designates our chest width, and that is 25 inches. So our B here is just kind of like our pit to pit. Our sleeve length, of course, is just the length of our sleeves. And then we have our pocket length down here, and then we have our neck tag up here, which is just 2x3. And that's generally how I do my measurements. There's also so many more measurements you can include if you choose to, but for this, I just wanted to keep it very simple. It's a basic kind of work jacket, nothing too crazy other than the reversible aspect. For figuring out these measurement details, I would definitely do a lot of research, whether that be looking at your favorite brands like Stussy or Supreme and kind of figuring out how they do their size charts, or even just kind of getting out in the field, going to Goodwill, finding a piece that you like and measuring these things out yourself. So I would definitely make sure you do your research, get some measurements, find some strong references. And yeah, that just about wraps that up. So now we're gonna move on to our third step, which is gonna be our designs. Looking at our designs here, and these are just two PNG graphics from going back to our original here. So we have our front graphic, that DTG print, and we pulled it down, and that's going to be our main front graphic. Again, we designated that size just in case the manufacturer missed it the first time. And then also we have our tag graphic here, which is that back tag and also the neck tag as well. There's usually this common myth that you need to have vector designs for everything that you do when you put in any kind of design to a manufacturer, and that is false. What you do need to have your designs as is in some kind of PDF format, and that's exactly what we have here. So these are just basic PNG designs. I designed this on Procreate. I also designed this on Procreate. The most important thing is just making sure that you have the highest quality version. So that's why even in some of my previous tutorials, that's why we're designing on a 6,000 by 6,000 pixel canvas, just so we can really pull out the most detail of our designs. I designed this piece on that same exact canvas size, dropped it right down here, and it's good to go, and it prints just fine. The vector style is not always necessary, but it can be very helpful in certain situations. You can still definitely get the most out of your designs, and that just comes from creating the highest quality designs on the highest quality canvas in the first place. But yeah, this is gonna be our designs layer. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. So we just want to designate what this is for. So again, this is our main graphic, and then these are just our two tag graphics. The final step is just going to be any references. So I have this titled as General Garment Detail References, and this is just, of course, a Carhartt work jacket, the classic, the essential, and that's exactly the style that I was going for. I wasn't trying to recreate the wheel with this. I just wanted a nice, comfortable work jacket with some strong branding on it that related to me and my brand, the things that I had going on. And these are just those reference images that kind of give your manufacturer a good idea of what you're going for in the first place. This kind of demonstrates the weight of the fabric. So obviously this is a thicker canvas. This is just some of the stitching details and, you know, kind of the wash and wear and tear. Again, this kind of details that contrast stitching. Yeah, these are references, not too much going on here. I'm just keeping it pretty straightforward. And yeah, just kind of wrapping up here, I would definitely recommend you either steal this template, copy a template off Google, get a template from somewhere, but create your own. It doesn't really matter how you get it. I definitely recommend creating a template. It just makes the process so much easier. These are the 4 simple steps that I use to create every single product that I've ever created. It's done great for me. Manufacturers respond very well to it. Just kind of like the way everything is laid out. It's very simple. Also, dealing with manufacturers, there's sometimes like a language barrier that may get in the way of certain communication things. So just really laying out things simply with images and detailed call out, and really not complicating the process, because the process is extremely simple. And all of my products come out pretty much exactly how I mocked them up, and just making sure that you kind of do your part, get the information to the manufacturer. That's really what the tech pack is, to show that you're serious, to show that you care. And I think that's really important, especially with building trust with the manufacturer. This is just my kind of way of going about it. I hope y'all can learn something from this. And also let me know if you guys want a full tutorial tech pack breakdown. I can definitely do that for y'all. This was just kind of overview, a little bit of the process. And yeah, if you liked the video, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. The supply pack and other products of mine are available now on my website at quattrosupply.com. So if you're interested, definitely be sure to check those out. There's also a lot we didn't get to go over today, which is fine. Just make sure you leave a comment below of what you want to see more of, and I definitely got y'all with that. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.